So welcome to Oakland Rotary number 3, the third oldest Rotary club in the world. I'm Joe Garalka, president. I'm a retired CPA, CFO of East Bay Restaurant Supply. You know, this room has really good acoustics, so I can hear what you're saying in the back. So shh, shh, shh. There we go. Shh. Calm down just a bit. But you can call me Coach Joe. Around the world, there are more than 45,000 Rotary clubs with 1.2 million Rotarians in over 200 countries. In just about any city you can name, there is a Rotary club. We have both local and global impact. We gather weekly as business and community leaders to make a difference around the world, here in Oakland, to support each other, to support each other's businesses, and for some fellowship and fun. And we're having plenty of that early today. So welcome. Thank you all for being here. Before I really get started, I want to acknowledge our real estate and facilities committee who helped us find this location after looking at multiple locations for literally years and years. We've been thinking about moving for dozens of years, and it just was the right opportunity with the Henry J. Kaiser now just kicking off their grand opening with this fabulously renovated historic vintage building. So I want to mention, and if you're out there and you don't mind standing, Tom Lamone was our chair of this committee. Tom, you were out there. Jillian Lowe helped us. John Protopopoulos helped us. I know John's in the house. Pat Williams. Pam Clausen. Gary Flaxman. Ollie Medina, I saw you over there. And David Stein provided us some actual guidance as well. So we have so many people. What a wonderful occasion to have so many people. We normally introduce guests by name, but today let's introduce by groups. So the first group I'd like to introduce, and please stand. Do we have any visiting Rotarians? Rotarians from other clubs? Could you please stand? Do we have any elected officials or city staff here today? If you would please stand and be recognized. Do we have any interactors in the house? If there's some interactors in the house, would you please stand? And then do we have any guests of Rotarians and guests, if you would please stand. I ask you to please come back and we'll have a chance to introduce you more with a little bit more information at our next meeting. So please think about coming back and joining us. Now I'd like to welcome past President Seth Butner, a former local businessman and now philanthropist. And if you guys will be shh, Seth is going to give us a thought for the day.
Thank you, Coach Joe. At this first meeting in January 2026, I'd like to use a thought for the day to remind us of the Rotary's mission. Rotary's motto is service above self. It's not simply to call to action. It's a philosophy of living. It challenges us to look beyond personal ambition and to recognize that our greatest fulfillment comes from contributing to something larger than ourselves. In serving others, we discover resilience, unity, and the profound truth that generosity strengthens both the giver and the receiver. It reminds us that service is not a transaction, nor a tally of hours or donations, but a reflection of humanity. True service is measured in compassion we extend, the dignity we uphold, and the hope we inspire. Every small gesture,
just a conductor to the
listening ear, a helping hand, a word of encouragement becomes a spark that we can light the way for someone else. And when those sparks multiply, they illuminate entire communities, creating a legacy of kindness that outlasts any single act. So this thought, quote, captures the very soul of Rotary's mission. It is service above self isn't about giving more time or resources. It's about giving your heart. When we choose to lift others, we all rise together. Thank you.
So this week, we're fortunate to have a meeting sponsor. And you might ask, what is a meeting sponsor? Well, for $300, you can promote your business or event to 250 local business and community leaders, both in person at our club meetings or online. And I see the mayor is going to be wandering in just a minute, so I might wait just a second. I think it's probably the best kept secret and the most affordable marketing, biggest bang for the impact. If you'd all welcome the mayor as she wanders up, say hi. Keith, if you'd escort the mayor. So now I'd like to introduce Isaac Koss-Reed with the Koss-Reed Group, which is a local-based public affairs firm, for our meeting sponsor moment.
Thank you so much, Coach Joe, and Happy New Year, everybody. What a gorgeous way to start the year in community with all of you. It is truly an honor to be on the board of this club. I'm only in my second year, so still an infant by Rotary standards. But truly, it's an honor to be in community with people who give back so consistently and so selflessly in service of our motto, service above self. Right here in Oakland, Rotary number 3 really shows up. We plant trees, we help children learn to read, we provide scholarships. Welcome, Madam Mayor. So good to see you, thank you. We really step up in Oakland in so many different ways, planting trees, feeding children, helping them learn to read, giving them scholarships, helping them start businesses, helping them see their way to successful careers, and then learn how to give back through clubs like Interactors. And we don't just do it here in Oakland, we do it around the world. I'm still amazed to learn every time I delve into a new Rotary activity what it is we're doing. Helping kids learn to see with new eyeglasses in Medellin, Colombia. Helping fight trafficking in Vietnam. Making sure farmers have what they need to grow crops and feed their families in places like Guatemala and Mumbai, India. If those aren't the values that our world needs right now, I don't know what is. So today is special for another reason. This is our first meeting here in this amazing building. And many of you know I live, yes, wait, clap it up for that. I live right on the other side of the lake, as many of you know. Some of you have been to my home. And I've looked out on this building for 20 years thinking, gosh, wouldn't it be amazing to fill that back up with people, community, and civic pride? And look at us. Here we are today, back in the building. Okay, before my time is up, I want to recognize 3 very special people who I brought here today. First, my mother, who will be celebrating 82 years this year at our home on the lake. As you know, her artwork fills our family compound that we call Chez Papa in honor of my father's French Huguenot heritage. And I would like to extend an invitation to all of you, every one of you, to join us in late April for an open house and art exhibition at our family compound on the lake. So, invite coming soon. Okay, second, speaking of birthdays, today is a very special today, and I would like to recognize my co-host for the gathering in April. That is my wife, life, and dance partner, Mary Masella. She embodies service above self as much as any Rotarian, and one of the ways she serves is on the board of Diabetes Youth Families, and we're lucky to have some guests from that nonprofit organization that helps families navigate the challenges of living with type 1 diabetes here with us today. So thank you for joining us. Yes. Finally, to our amazing mayor, Barbara Lee, I know there's few people whose career in public service better embodies service above self. And I think it's a poetic and wonderful way to start this year. You are bringing back hope and restoration of hope for Oakland and belief in Oakland. And I really thank you for that. And so how amazing to be starting the year in this building that physically represents the rich history and resiliency of this town, and to listen to you talk about the future of the city. So thank you all. Happy New Year. Thank you to all of you for all that you do in our community. Happy New Year. Let's make it a great one.
Thank you, Isaac. We are so fortunate to have you in our club, and we are so fortunate to have you here in Oakland as well. Happy New Year. Merry, happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Now for one of the most rewarding jobs in Rotary, we're going to induct a few new members today. These members will help us strengthen our bench and be able to continue to do all the good work that we do around the world and here in Oakland. Each of our members will receive, this is our Interact group, they're coming up in a little bit. And oh, by the way, there are a few seats up front. If you guys want to wander up, there are some open seats up front here. Each of our new members will receive a packet with a Rotary badge and pen, a copy of our four-way test, which is it's our kind of rule book for how we approach business and life, a four-way test coin, and of course the ball cap to be part of the team. Our first new member is sponsored by none other than President-elect Merlin Edwards, a lobbyist. You ready? Or lobbyist and consultant. Merlin, thank you so much for sponsoring a new member. I have a four-way test coin to give you. And please come up and introduce our newest Oakland Rotarian.
Thank you, Coach Joe. Today gives me pleasure to introduce our newest Rotarian, who is professionally a comedian. And I'd like to introduce three different things about him. One, as old and as current as we are, he's still using a rotary dial phone. He still wears bell-bottom jeans, and he still has an 8-track player. But in line with his work, he's worked with Francis Ford Coppola, Taylor Heckford, Jamie Foxx, Jennifer Lopez, Eddie Murphy, and Robin Williams. But the most important part that I'd like to talk about, Donald, is that he started the Love Life Center some 29 years ago, which was a result of his daughter being murdered in Oakland. As a result of that, the city has adopted Lifeline, Love Life as their motto. So, Mr. President, I'd like to introduce to you our newest member, Donald Lacey.
Welcome. Don, I have here for you your Rotary badge and your Rotary pin. It comes with 250 new friends right here in Oakland, and 1.2 million around the world.
Wow.
I know you are a superstar, and we are so honored to have you as part of the team. Don't ever hesitate to say, put me in, coach. Don, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have another new member to induct. And I would like to call up Keith Yorite. I've kind of lost where I am on here, but Keith Yorite's title is, as he says proudly, mostly retired. Keith, would you come up and introduce our newest Oakland Rotarian?
Thank you, Coach Joe, AKA President Joe. Fellow Rotarians and guests, it is my pleasure to introduce our newest Oakland Rotarian, Matias Lemos Castillo. Matias is the founder and CEO of Mobilize, Listen, and Connect, MLC, consulting, helping organizations, nonprofit, and government agencies mobilize community voices, listen meaningfully, and connect action to impact. He was born in Montevideo, Uruguay. Matias lives in Berkeley with his wife, Nancy Cruz. Prior to living in Berkeley, he lived in Madison, Wisconsin, where he was a Madison, Wisconsin Rotarian. Yes, with 1,200 members. All right. None of you who are just guests today are going to leave without joining. All right. He is also a Rotary Levi Family Scholar at Edgewood University. He served as president of the Latino Professionals Association of Greater Madison and vice president of the Madison Public Library Board of Directors. And we met at the Oakland Latino Chamber. Matias plays the ukulele, and there's someone else here that also plays the ukulele, and enjoys running, hiking, and golf. Coach Joe, fellow Rotarians and guests, please welcome our newest Oakland Rotarian, Matias Lemos Castillo.
Mateus, I have for you your Rotary badge, your Rotary pin. It comes with 250 new friends right here in Oakland and 1.2 million worldwide. I know you're already a superstar. We are so fortunate to have you on the team. Don't ever hesitate to say, put me in, coach. Mateus, welcome to the Oakland Rotary #3 team.
Thank you.
Rotary, our Rotary Club particular, likes to work with youth. And we have a group of interactors here today. And I'd like to bring up Dave Cannon, a retired insurance broker and a part-time banjo player. And Dave's going to tell us a little bit about a brand new Interact Club, one of 4 this club started this year.
Well, thank you, Coach Joe and Madam Mayor. Thanks for being here. And to Oakland Rotary #3, the best Rotary club in the world, I have to say. This is fun. So this year, Michelle Himmelman, who is ill today, and we've been advising a group at the fabulous Oakland School of the Arts to establish a new Interact Club. And I'm so pleased to introduce Leah Waganatunga. I can't say it. Wanakatunga. I've known her as Leah. I just haven't learned her last name yet. And then Cole Chan, who along with club president Nanako Fry, who she couldn't be here today, she's traveling, but we established a new Interact Club at the Oakland School of the Arts. And Mike Oz as well is here. Thanks for coming, Mike. For those of you that aren't aware, Interact Clubs are basically Rotary clubs at high schools, and they give the kids a chance to learn leadership skills and how to be civically involved and of service to the community. So I've just really enjoyed being at the campus and getting to know these kids. Daniel Cheng has led this effort, and as Joe mentioned, there's 4 active clubs. There's one at Skyline, I think there's one at Oakland High and Oakland Tech, and now Oakland School of the Arts has an Interact Club. And Coach Joe, would you like to present the official credentials here for this new club?
We have your official certificate incorporating you as a Interact Club at Oakland School for the Arts here in Oakland. We're so proud that you're becoming incorporated, and we want you to know we're here to support you in any way that we can. So let me present you the certificate.
Leah.
And Leah's maybe going to say quick, short few words. Leah's father is also a San Leandro
Alameda.
Rotarian.
Hi, everyone. On behalf of our new Rotary Interact Club and OSA, we thank you for this certificate and for this opportunity. We're still learning the ropes, but with the help of Rotarians like Dave Cannon, we are very excited to work on our own service project in the spring. Also, several of our OSA members will be attending Enterprise Institute in March. I myself attended Enterprise Institute as well as Camp Ryla. Both programs taught me lessons that I carry with me in my education and my career, and I'm very excited for our upcoming participants. Thank you again for this opportunity. We are proud to represent Oakland School for the Arts, excited to connect with all of you, and committed to carry OSA values alongside service above self. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. We know a way to make a lasting difference in the world, and here in Oakland, is through our youth and through education. Laia and Cole and Mike Oz, thank you for being here, and thank you for making a difference. And we are here to support you. Thank you. And now I'd like to bring up past president, a former politician, a retired attorney, I hope I got all this right, and a zoo docent, Michael Bruck. I probably missed something, Michael.
Thank you, President Joe, Madam Mayor. Well, December holidays are over. New Year's Eve is coming on, and you might ask, what do we have to look forward to in the month of January? Well, I have the answer. Join the Oakland Rotary Club at Oakland Zoo's Glofari Festival on Thursday, January 22nd at 5:30. How many of you have been to Glofari either this year or previous years? Oh, quite a few.
Whether it's your first time,
Well, as you know, Glofari is a
fifth,
holiday lantern festival with
you can't help
larger-than-life
but glow
lanterns,
with wonder.
gondola rides, food,
Join
drinks,
us for an
even
illuminating
some hot
night
chocolate,
at
I think.
Oakland Zoo's
The highlight of this
Glofari,
year's festival is the
where
future of
wonder
Oakland,
has no age limit.
with displays that showcase city
Featuring
landmarks,
hundreds of new
including the
lanterns.
Tribune Tower,
It's an
a BART
experience
train,
you won't want to miss.
the shoe from Fairyland, the Fox Theater, alongside wildlife to promote the zoo's conservation message that humans and nature should thrive together. You'll also encounter the world of bugs, the underwater reef with aquatic creatures, and all of your favorite African animals. Don't miss it. It's a terrific experience for the whole family. There's no meeting on the 22nd. This will be our off-site event. So bring the whole family. Club member and zoo CEO Nick DeHasia has given us discounted tickets for $25. That's a bargain. Includes parking. Sign up on our Oakland Rotary Eventbrite site. Join President Joe and your fellow Rotarians on Thursday, January 22nd at 5:30 at the Oakland Zoo. See you there.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael. So we've had so many people show up, and it's such a great feeling to see such a huge crowd. I hope you all come back and enjoy Rotary more with us right in this fabulous location. But we had to call an audible. We were going to take the picture from up here. We had some area filled out. We're going to take a photo to document this meeting from the stage. And so I'd like to ask the people on the stage to wander down in front. Don't worry, we're going to have a couple of announcements while they're doing that, and then I'll ask you guys to stand. Now I'd like to bring up Robert Rayburn. Robert's got to tell us about a BART outing.
BART, that's an acronym for Bay Area Rapid Transit. And a new acronym for you is HMC. That's where you'll go visit the Hayward Maintenance Complex to get a behind the scenes tour on January 29th. How and where? You'll meet at Lake Merritt BART station at 12:02. You'll board a train, the Green Line to Berryessa. You'll get off at 12:25 at South Hayward, and a shuttle will pick you up, and your lunch will be waiting for you at the HMC. All the best.
Thank you, Robert. Good job, Robert. Good job. I tell you, if you're a senior, BART's the best deal in town. I do have some sad news. Unfortunately, Gail Alcama's husband, John, passed away within the last 3 days. He was battling some medical issues. And also, unfortunately, Pat McMullen passed away a couple days ago. Pat has been a member for over a decade, and she and I worked together on the Rotary Foundation. But I'd like to have a moment of silence for both John and Pat. And with that, some more fun, some more happier news. We're going to take the photo. I'll wander down. If everybody would stand. This is Adriana, our photographer. No, not stand, sit. You know what? Adriana, you're president for a couple minutes.
Dad.
Try that one more time.
Hello, everyone. We did this a couple of meetings ago, and we're just going to do it again to celebrate this new space. I'm really excited, a full room. So we're going to do the first half sitting. If you can't see me or the camera, it means that the camera can't see you. So just kind of wiggle so you can check out the camera. If you're standing, just make sure if someone's covering you, or come up a little, there's a bunch of space in the front. You can also come up a little bit closer. We want to capture a full room and all the members of this amazing club. I'll do a couple of photos, so just look and smile, and then we'll have a fun one.
I still didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I have no idea.
Check it. I think we're good. Okay, everyone take a deep breath. Shimmy. Claro. Uno, dos, tres. Big smile. Eso. Uno, dos, tres. Que viva Oakland! Okay, now we're gonna get excited. Now, you're gonna go get excited. Do not slap anyone in the face. So just calculate, maybe go low, go a little shimmy. Let's start 2026 with some fire and some good vibes. Uno, dos, y tres, dale! Let's go, Oakland Rotary number 3. Eso. Ahora, cha. Like Awesome, we're done. Okay.
So while the head table is wandering up, I want to let you know that sort of at the last moment, Oakland Rotary stepped up and participated in Mayor Barbara Lee's toy drive. We brought $1,000 worth of toys that were distributed right here in Oakland. And you know what? Not only did we benefit some children for Christmas and maybe make a difference for them for the rest of their lives, we also got some good PR on it. We wound up, I'm sure they were at the city hall looking for the mayor when we delivered the toys, but they took a little spot on us. So Oakland Rotary was on Channel 7 News, thanks to Mayor Barbara Lee. Can we play the video or do we know if we can do it or not?
Yeah, we can play it.
The video, she is coming.
She is coming?
She is coming.
She is coming, okay.
Yeah.
Community. It's estimated they've collected well over 1,000
Why lie?
and the Oakland
Is it going?
Club dropped by and donated
Are you getting the sound?
No sound though, unfortunately. I didn't
That's good.
So I mentioned that we had 3 new members at this meeting. Our last new member, our next new member,
Coming through. I have it set.
sponsored by Keith Urarte. And again, Keith says he's mostly retired, but I'm telling you, this guy's everywhere. So Keith, would you come up and with 2 interesting facts, introduce our newest Oakland Rotarian.
Coach Joe, fellow Rotarians and guests, it is my honor to introduce our newest Oakland Rotarian, Mayor Barbara Lee. An interesting fact is that many of you don't know this, but as mayor of Oakland, Barbara is an honorary Rotarian. However, she has chosen to become a full-fledged dues-paying member of Oakland Rotary. She has spent most of her life practicing service above self. Mayor Lee brings to Oakland more than 3 decades of national leadership, having represented our city in Congress with integrity, courage, and relentless commitment to justice and opportunity. She is known across the country for her principled leadership, being the sole vote against the Iraq War authorization, to her lifelong work of advancing peace, public health, and economic equity. Today, as mayor, she brings that same steady hand and moral clarity home, focused on public safety, economic recovery, and restoring confidence in Oakland's future. Coach Joe, fellow Rotarians and guests, please welcome our newest Oakland Rotarian and today's speaker, our Mayor Barbara Lee.
Mayor Barbara Lee, we are so honored to have you become part of Oakland Rotary number 3. Here's your Rotary badge, your Rotary pin. Wear it proudly. It comes with 250 new voters here in Oakland and friends, and maybe 1.2 million voters worldwide. Wow. We know that you are a superstar. Welcome to the Oakland Rotary number 3 team. And Mayor, before you start, I'm going to indulge myself. I want to present you something special. In honor of your service above self efforts to join our club as a full-fledged member means a lot to us. To organize a toy drive that enlightened so many children here in Oakland, and for your countless decades of community service and civic support and for joining us today. I'd like to present you a Rotary on the Run medal.
All right.
Well,
Rotary on the Run. Goodness gracious.
thank you. And if it's okay, I'm going to ring the bell for our newest member. Actually, I feel like I should do it 3 times. One for each of our new members.
Maybe she has the wrong login.
On Dias, Mayor Barbara Lee, welcome to Oakland Rotary. And just so you know, ringing the bell is a generous $100 donation to our Oakland Rotary Endowment that funds the community service projects we do around the world and right here in Oakland. And now I give you. Whoa. 3? Keith Yority rings the bell 3 times. Okay, now I give you a Mayor Barbara Lee.
Well, first, Coach Joe, let me just thank you so much for this honor. And also, let me just thank all of you here. And I'm honored to be in such an esteemed class of new Rotarians. So congratulations to everyone. And to Isaac, thank you so much, your family, for your friendship, first of all, and your leadership. And of course, Keith has always been there for me, and really appreciate the invitation and your steady leadership and your friendship. It really means a lot. And you know, I love life in Oakland, right? and service above self. And let me just say a couple of things about this very quickly, personally. I was raised in El Paso, Texas, and schools were actually segregated. And my mother was one of the first 12 students with the NAACP as a plaintiff to integrate the University of Texas at El Paso. My grandfather was the first Black letter carrier, spoke fluent Spanish in El Paso. And they were very active with trying to end discrimination and racism. And so they decided that they weren't participating anymore. And my dad was 92nd Battalion based in Normandy, Italy, Lieutenant Colonel, retired Presidio, that they weren't going to participate in any form of segregation. And so they sent my sisters and me and my sisters to Catholic school. We were the only 2 Black kids in this Catholic school for 8 years. And the Sisters of Loretta taught me, and they knew the challenges that myself and my sister had, being the only 2 Black kids in Texas, in El Paso, in St. Joseph's School. And so they made sure that we excelled. They forced me to take Latin. I can sing and talk and speak Latin. They made me diagram sentences. I had to take logic every day from the Monsignor. But most importantly, and little did I know it, I just was mad all the time because I didn't want to do all this stuff that other kids didn't have to do, but they saw something in me that I did not see. Their motto and the way they taught religion was about, and they reminded me of this when I went to the Mother House a few years ago, was go where the need is the greatest. And that's service above self. And so it's very important that you know that, because I was raised with these values as a child. And service above self is how I am leading, hopefully in Oakland, to understand and make people know that this is not about Barbara Lee. This is about the residents of Oakland. This is about making sure that everyone here has the quality of life that they so deserve. And also, when I graduated from high school, fast forward to San Fernando in Southern California, I played the piano. I was a pianist. And upon graduation, that's why I say I'm probably one of the first Rotarians here. And I was so happy to see our young people, because I received the Rotary Club Music Scholarship when I graduated from San Fernando High School. And so the Rotary Club and Rotarians, they looked at me and said, "We see you, we believe in you." And so this is such an honor to be here with you today. And I want you to know that
You're right.
you have a
We
special
should
place in
not
my heart.
use
Also,
your
I've traveled to
camera in
Africa many, many times. And
landscape
whenever
mode.
I'm in
We need to
on
have
the
more height.
continent,
It'll make it
somehow
easier for
the
the
Rotary
shorter
clubs
people.
find me.
And backloading them is way too
And
much.
I have witnessed and worked
We
with
should
them in
use
the
those.
eradication of polio in Ghana, Nigeria, all around Africa. And so I just want to thank you all for supporting the global efforts also. And so finding purpose and uplifting others is what you're all about. Your members have done this for what, more than 115 years through world wars and earthquakes, economic cycles. You helped build this city, not because anyone was watching or because they made you do it, but because it was the right thing to do. And the four-way test captures it well. It seems like this is how I've tried to govern and tried to be a representative in Congress for 27 years and in the state legislature. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it bring and build goodwill? And will it be beneficial to all?
Yeah,
those values.
podium light
You deserve a round of applause. Because, you know, the values of Rotary clubs and Rotarians, it's a practical guide for ethical leadership,
perfect.
Ethical living, and really ethical understanding of what we need to do to help others. And so you've probably heard me say this, that yes, Oakland is on the move. I say it a lot because I want people to understand that I really mean it. And I'm talking about a city that has decided, thank you very much, to stop waiting, a city that's taking action, a city that's building momentum, and not someday, but right now. And yes, I've been your mayor for 7 months now.
If my camera were higher.
And so I look at 7 months and I look around this room and I see so many of you who helped me get here, but so many of you who are helping us move forward. A couple of things I just like to mention. Oakland's permitting process. You know, I know as a resident, it's inefficient, slow, antiquated, towards progress with businesses and with residents, slow. But I am telling you, we have expedited and developed a permitting process, and we're fixing it. We heard residents and what they said. And so same-day permits for 6 categories, digital permit wait times, we've cut it from 7 days to 1 day. Okay? Projects that used to take 10 months move forward in weeks. And of course, we still have much more to do, but we're moving forward. And this means, though, already real money back in business pockets. And so, yes, we've started this process of updating our permitting process, expediting it, but we still have a long way to go, but we're on the path. And in June, voters will consider a ballot measure in terms of our small businesses to cut taxes for small businesses, a tax holiday, tax breaks to new businesses opening their doors in Oakland. We were able to put over $3 million, not a lot, but something in the budget last year to begin to provide for this tax holiday, but we have to go to the ballot to do that. So we're saying that if you're willing to bet on Oakland, we're willing to bet on you if you're a small business. And the same energy is driving major investments in Oakland. I don't know if you know the Yerba Madre business. They're bringing their headquarters here to Oakland. They're leaving Sonoma County and coming to Oakland, and they'll be opening very shortly. And we met with them, encouraged them. They looked at Oakland and that economic benefits for their company, but also the jobs that are going to be created by them citing their business here in Oakland. And at Jack London Square, of course, you know, state legislation, and thank you, Senator Jesse Arreguín. We worked with him hard to make sure that there's flexibility to activate storefronts with businesses that not necessarily align with waterfront marine businesses such as hair salons, grocery stores. And so we'll be working with Senator Arreguín and the merchants at Jack London Square to really, and CIM to really begin to bring more, to fill those vacancies, basically at Jack London Square. And you know, Samuel Merritt University is going to open its doors next week. Open its doors. It's a $240 million campus, downtown Oakland. And I am telling you, it's 10 stories, 2,400 students, 500 faculty members and staff. And I was proud when in Congress to be able to bring in a few $1,000,000 to help bring this to fruition. And this is important because other cities are talking about bringing college campuses downtown. Many cities are. I know these cities, I know the country. We did it. And so you can be proud of this because this is going to be a major economic boom and bring more people to downtown Oakland. Also, the private sector is paying attention, and so is Wall Street. Now, this was a heavy lift. Now, I don't know if you know, but I was on the Appropriations and Budget Committee in Congress for 15, 16 years. But prior to that, I was on the Financial Services Committee, and I had to deal with capital markets, securities, and exchanges, and the banking system. And let me tell you, we had an unbelievable bond team go back to New York last month, and our finance team in the city of Oakland, and I want to thank you all for having faith in our finance team. And we were able, and I was on the phone 3:30, 4 o'clock every morning. I was here in Oakland, they were in New York. Bottom line is, Oakland priced $334 million in general obligation bonds for infrastructure, for transit, and for housing. Investor demand was nearly double that of what we offered, but we had to have the city in shape for them to invest in us, and we did. If you look at the grand jury report of last year, people were pretty pessimistic about our ability to sell bonds. And we looked at that, we said, no, we're going to make sure that the city was prepared. We made some changes. We made some significant efforts within our internal systems within the city. And the investor demand, as I said, was nearly double what we offered. So the confidence is building. It's not all the way there yet, but it's building, and you can be proud of that. It's well placed. And investor confidence only goes so far, though, if our streets do not reflect the pride of the city. So let me tell you, we're changing the game on illegal dumping. Illegal dumping. We've gotten serious about enforcement. We're working very closely with our district attorney. Over $1 million in camera technology to track and find dumpers, illegal dumpers. Many of them, this has many tentacles. Many illegal dumpers go to residents. People pay to have their trash taken away. They rip residents off. They take the money and dump in our streets. Come on. That's one of the issues. Another issue is and we're working with waste management now, the trash cans that we have aren't large enough, and we're charged a lot more, and the bins are smaller. So we're negotiating that also to make sure that we have the types of trash and the bins and the sizes that residents need. So it has so many different legs to it. And we're working, though, on all fronts to address illegal dumping. And we instituted Keep the Town Clean. And for those of you who helped us work on that, thank you, Isaac. Thank you all very much. And thank you for the toy drive, because all of this is helping us here in Oakland. And we have Faith Community. We have Isaac. We have many of you working on weekends with our staff, our city staff who are working overtime now on the weekends to clean up trash in our communities. Sometimes I hear, more than sometimes, the complaints, and they're legitimate. And then I talk to our city workers, and I'm going to tell you, I met with our city workers in public works who are supervisors and who are out there cleaning the streets, and they told me And believe you me, they're doing their job, but their equipment is antiquated. Some of this equipment, it seems like it's 200, 300 years old, and we haven't had the resources to invest in new equipment, nor to maintain the equipment. And these people are doing their job with this kind of equipment. So I'm looking now at how to get some investments into this city for equipment so that our workers have what they need to clean this town up. You know? So we've had volunteers, we've had young people, 765 volunteers across 23 school sites, 50 miles cleaned. We have a commitment to action, and it is happening with not just myself and city workers, but with many of you, because civic engagement and community partnerships is so important. And our administration, our action, of course, carries through to public safety. Now, you know, the crime rate is going down. It is. And it is. The data shows that. Homicides are down 25%, 25%. Robberies are down. Motor vehicle thefts down. But many, many people don't feel it. They see it. And so we recognize that. And also the victims of crimes. And so we have to recognize that people don't feel safe. And we're going to stay at it. This trajectory is moving in the right direction. But yes, we have more to do. But we're moving in the right direction. And our Department of Violence Prevention, our ceasefire, our OPD, all hands on deck. And the 5 homicides, unfortunately, during this first week of this year, it was awful what took place. But you know what? Our PD, 91% completion of investigations here in Oakland on homicides. 91%. They've already, arrested 2 of the suspects. So we have much more to do, but we're moving in the right direction because we know that until people feel safe, people won't come downtown, people won't go into the neighborhoods, businesses won't come. We understand the connection. And traffic safety is public safety, and you know that. Traffic safety is public safety. And so I'm really proud of the fact that we partnered with AC Transit to install bollards, and all of the infrastructure that's needed separating bike lanes and bus lanes from traffic, straightforward intervention. The highest safety deaths rate related to traffic safety, International Boulevard, from 2023 until 2025, we went down to 0 last year, okay? 0 traffic deaths in some of the highest corridors that exist here in Oakland, and most of these are in low-income communities and in Black and brown communities. And so let me just conclude by just saying, once again, Keith, I want everyone to know the truth, fairness, goodwill, and benefit for all, that we're working to make Oakland live up to the values of Rotarians. We want Oakland, and I always say I want Oakland to be the cleanest and the safest and the greenest city in the country. And Oakland is on the move. Thank you all again very much for having me.
Mayor, we have time. We have time for some questions. There are pens and paper on your table. If you'd write out your question, put it in the air quickly, someone will come gather it and get it to our president-elect, my general manager, Merlin, and we'll read off those questions to Mayor Barbara Lee. Hey, Mayor, I want you to know, I heard Oakland is on the move. I want you to know Oakland Rotary is on the run. And we look forward to try to partner together to make a difference right here in Oakland. Keith, do you have a question for it?
I do. For the mayor. So I heard you talk about business and new businesses coming to Oakland, but what policies and ideas are you implementing to keep and bring business to Oakland?
Well, one of the big issues with regard to bringing businesses to Oakland and organizations and conferences, and we're looking now with the Super Bowl, Oakland being the only city to be the activation city in the Northern California outside of Santa Clara, and World Cup. And all of this is related to a few things: public safety, of course, and making sure that our town is clean and green. And so we have to work on all fronts to reassure businesses that we may not have addressed all of our challenges, no city has, but that we're working to address. And I have seen, and I'm on the phone each and every day, calling companies, calling organizations. We've got 2 major conventions now coming to the Marriott downtown. We have, again, the Coliseum, the big events that are taking place there. So it's a grind, but we have to make sure that our public safety is what it should be. So we invested more in our non-sworn security officers, with the bids. We're working on making sure that our bids are secure and have the type of ambassadors that are needed. We're working to make sure that we have a recruitment effort for more police officers. Measure NN required us to get to 700. We're way short of that, but we have a major recruitment going on. And we brought in resources to start the pre-cadet academy, because we want to recruit within Oakland. And so many of our young people want to become police officers, but they don't know how and what the barriers are. So we're working on police recruitment. So we're with annuitants. We're working all of this together. And that's what's key in attracting businesses and organizations to Oakland. Okay.
Don't leave. Merlin, do we have any questions for the mayor? What you got, Merlin? Jason?
I've probably known Merlin longer than anybody in the world,
There are
right?
quite a-
Merlin? I'm glad to see you.
There are quite a few questions, but the one that I have in my hand is, you ended by saying, making our city the greenest. What are you hoping to see happen on this front this year and beyond?
Well, one is we're working very closely with the Port of Oakland. I was able to bring in several $100 million to begin to electrify all of the trucks at the city and all of the equipment with the Port of Oakland. So we're working and we have several staffers from Bloomberg. Bloomberg has invested several $1 million here in Oakland. And so we have a team of Bloomberg staff working out of my office, working on our plan. And we have a plan to make sure that the Port of Oakland is part of our green hub with good paying, green, environmentally sound jobs. And so we have the plan. Also, part of what we have to do is we have an environmental justice issue. And so many of our neighborhoods are full of toxic pollutants, and cleaning up neighborhoods where we have pollution is another part of the preliminary work to green the city. But we have a plan, and we're working with the port and our partners in terms of making sure that Oakland is the greenest city in the country. Okay. With the Bloomberg
We probably have
operation.
time for 2 more questions.
2 more? Okay. Okay, the next question is there a way to reduce building permit costs, which are triple those of other cities and towns?
Okay. I hope so. I'm going to talk to our finance people. That comes up quite often. The budget, of course, is challenged. We were able to balance it, but we're still going to have to try to do a parcel tax again, because we have this gap of 40 million that we have to fill. So it's all related to our budget. And if we can do it, we will. Like I said, we're doing a tax holiday for small businesses and for businesses that want to come here. So every kind of business incentive we can find that will help us and help the business community, we've got to balance that with the budget and the core services that we have to continue to deliver. But I'm talking to finance about how we do that.
Last question. What plans are there in place for potholes?
Okay. You know, potholes are trash. My former colleagues in DC say, how did you all of a sudden love to potholes and cleaning up trash? I said, hey, that's what it's all about. And so we have miles and miles and miles of roads that need potholes covered. First drilled down and repaired and then covered. Because one thing I learned about potholes is you can't just pave over them. You got to drill down. And in some communities they didn't drill down. And now, so I'm becoming an expert on potholes. Bottom line is our bond money. Part of what we have for the bond effort is the infrastructure and transportation. So we'll have more investments to be able to expedite some of the pothole drilling, repairing, and paving. Okay.
Mayor Barbara Lee. Mayor Barbara Lee. In recognition of your presentation today, I want you to know that Oakland Rotary has made a donation to End Polio Plus. And I know you know what that's about. So know you are helping eradicate polio. So over 3 decades, we've reduced reported polio cases 99.9%. It's only in 2 war-torn countries now, Afghanistan and Pakistan. We are this close. And I also have a Rotary 4-way test coin for you. Thank you for being with us.
I love it.
So quickly, I want to thank Mike Oz and the Interact Club for coming. I want to thank city officials for coming, many city officials and staff for being here with us. Randy Arnold, you out there, I hope? Yes. Randy, can you let people know what who our speaker will be next week in case they might want to return?
Thank you so much, Coach Joe. Today we heard from Mayor Lee concerning our city. Next week, we'll hear from our new President Pro Tem of the California State Senator, Senator Monique Limon. In the following weeks, we'll hear from important stakeholders covering the U.S. Congress and international relations. Oakland Rotary helps us all be enlightened and informed.
Yeah. So I see we have some bell ringers out there. I see Wise Allen. One bell ringer. I think I see Linda Bosnecker, or am I stealing your money too soon? For Mary Lee from Linda Bosnecker. Alex Bolson. I didn't hear.
John for Gail's husband.
Gail
For John. Yeah.
For John.
Dudley for Pat. Good job.
And as I told you, bell ringer is a generous $100 donation to our Oakland Rotary Endowment and helps fund our community service projects. So with that, I want to adjourn the meeting, but I want to leave you with this. Through Rotary, world peace will come someday, and we will end polio too. Thank you all so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you right here next Thursday. This meeting's adjourned.
Okay.